Hi, everybody.
Yes. What?
Hi, everybody.
Oh, hi. Oh, hi, Peter.
Yes, that's what we do every week, and Ron is
Yes.
always there for me. Yes.
Yes.
Welcome to Coffeehouse at the Mews. This is our 30th
Yes.
anniversary.
He's Peter Donnelly.
This is Ron Robin,
I'm Lady Gaga.
and I'm Peter Donnelly. And we have a great lineup for you tonight. We have John Thomas,
Yeah.
Sylvia Peck, poet, and Frank Poranski coming up in just a little bit. We're going to interview them and have them each do either two songs or one of them's doing a poem. And we also want to tell you a little bit. This is a fundraiser for Provincetown Theater and WOMR. So it's a suggested donation of $5, as it is when you come to the coffee house when it's live. And we're just doing the same thing, trying to keep things alive here a little bit, I guess,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, we are. And so we'll be passing the virtual bucket a little bit later on, and we'll help out these folks.
Yeah. So thank you very much for joining us. And like I said, we have a great lineup. Before we do that, we have some sponsors that help us out.
We do.
We have Dr. Scott Allegretti Dental Arts here in Provincetown, Provincetown Magazine,
And 102.3 The Dunes.
and of course the Mews Restaurant gives us this great space for 30 years now. And we are
31.
sitting here in this space.
In this very space.
Wow. We're sitting in our corner where we run the show from when we can't run it.
Yeah,
Yes.
what he just said. And 31 years.
No, this is 30 years.
I knew that. I'm just testing you, Peter. Okay.
So before we go to our first performer,
Yeah.
I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about what's happening with the Mews. You have Valentine's coming up. You're going to be opening, doing takeout
We're
foods.
gradually going to get into it after figuring out what we're doing over these previous 3 or 4 weeks under the new everything. So this upcoming weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we'll be easing things into it with takeout only for a really nice takeout menu.
Yeah.
And then the following week, and then every weekend after that, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we're open for dine-in as well as takeout. The only additions are because next week Valentine's falls on a Sunday and President's Day falls on a Monday, we'll also be open for dine-in and takeout on both of those days as well.
All right.
So that's the story.
Well, that's great. And whether you do takeout at the Mews or another restaurant in town, it really helps out the restaurants, and they particularly do this for their staff to keep them engaged over this winter, a tough winter for a lot of people. So thank you all very much for all you do. Are we ready to start?
I am, if you are.
All right. Our first performer is composer, songwriter, all-around good guy,
Yeah.
John Thomas.
Oh, John Thomas. Where are you?
Hey,
Hey, John.
I gotta plug in here.
How are
There
you?
you are.
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing well. Doing well.
Now that I'm on air, I'm going to take my winter shawl off. So
You know, I have to say, we love the look.
exciting.
You know, you have this really great lighting, and the piano and the lights are just beautiful.
Yeah,
I live in the theater. I'm the phantom of the theater.
And wow, what a past few months you have had, John. In Bulgaria, you got this grant. Tell us a little bit about that.
That was I'm still amazed. I'm still feeling like it's a dream. I received a Fulbright grant as a musician to go there for. It was supposed to be 8.5 months. It turned out to be 6 months because of the play. But it was just a fascinating experience. I went there to learn more of the complicated music and combine it with American piano styles, and boy, we had a good time.
That's right.
It was really something. And I was at the Plovdiv Academy of Music, Dance, and Fine Arts, where Elena Mancheva went before she moved to America. And it's like the Juilliard of Bulgaria. It's like
really?
musicians and composers, and oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have to ask. And the food?
The food is very good. I tell you, the yogurt is actually the Kiselo Miriaco is the best. The
He just
The yogurt.
in the world. It's
Was that-
better than Greek. It's tart. It doesn't have sugar in it, and you can get it in jars. And cow yogurt is the first kind. Then they make sheep yogurt, and the real king of it all is buffalo yogurt, which is like very thick. It's fantastic. Their honey's great. Their salads are great. The meats are great. The rakia is very nice. You should get rakia at the Mews.
Yeah.
Rakia?
Yeah, it's like the Bulgarian national drink. It's sip it. And it's like really good gasoline. It's really delicious, but you drink it very slow and eat it with food, and great stuff. Yeah.
But I'm sorry, I just had this vision. I guess I'll share it with you. When you said rakia, right? That's the name of it?
Yeah, rakia.
Rakia. Sounds like a drag name. I think it would be a fabulous.
I think that there should be a party someday, a Greek drag party, all food names like Misakara, Spanikopita, Baba Ganoush. Come on, it'd be really funny.
I like that. That's great.
So, John, you're also you've been back a little while, and you also have you've been performing virtually.
Yeah, it sucks, but we have to do it.
How can people find you out there?
No. I mean, it's wonderful that we have the opportunity, but musicians were the first to get cut, and we're going to be the last to be allowed in the new world. So it's frustrating for musicians. You know that, Peter, I'm sure.
Yes.
You and John have been fantastic in doing those concerts side by side, but it's very challenging, and there's nothing like being in the same room with people. I did do 2 concert series here at the theater. One was the Great Music on Sundays at 5. We moved into here for this summer, but boy, we were tight. I mean, I required people 20 feet away all the time, with everyone have masks on. Only when the musicians when they said cameras rolling sound, we'd take the masks off for 3 minutes, put them on, open the door. It took about 6 hours to film a 45-minute concert, and that's just filming it, not the editing and all. Yeah. But we had great people, DKR Films, Fermin Rojas, and Jay Kubish is great. With Tom Cover here as the technical wizard. David Drake helped us. And now the concert series that we're doing now is Music Without Borders. It's so beautiful. There were 2 concerts already on Sundays, last 2 Sundays, and they're going to continue. There's 7 of them. So it's a lot of the music I learned in Bulgaria, but also other countries, other centuries, all kinds of music. Music without borders. Musica bez granica. That's the concept.
Beautiful.
Have you ever seen the videos made by Stepan Hauser, the Croatian cellist? He did videos called Alone Together. Oh man, they really. I was down in April. I wasn't, I was kind of mopey, and I watched his world premiere of his video in his hometown of Pula, Croatia, and it just got me back on my feet, man. It was so inspiring what he did, and he's continuing to do it. So he's been like my main influence the last year.
Great.
Yeah.
That's great.
I don't know if you're seeing the comments on the screen as we see them, but let's see. There's lots of folks, Harry Tucker and Peter Warnock, and lots of folks saying hi.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Caleb, how you doing? I see everybody now. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I see Pete Colburn, Karen Larson, Caleb Kaufman.
Wow. Caleb Kaufman.
Kaufman. It's hard. These are little. They're very little on our screen.
Yeah.
Hey, Karen.
Anyway,
so you have this concert series. How do people find it?
I didn't know your husband's middle name is Roland. That's amazing.
That's Steve's father. Steve's father is watching.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So I'm sorry. What was the question, Peter?
How do people find this concert series that you're Without Borders?
Music Without Borders. It's on the scroll. It's on the crawl screen. It's provincetowntheater.org, and that'll get you to the YouTube page, or go to Provincetown Theater.
Okay.
They come here at 7:00. They're 29 minutes or less, and then they stay on. They're going to have them on, I think, through August anyway. They're meant to be 7. Just dream on. Just like it's like we need it. We need music that's beautiful and healing, and then the ptownmusic.com is the great music on Sundays at 5 site. That'll get you to the YouTube page. We still have those concerts up in the summer.
All right. Hey, Don Retman, nice to have you join us. There's lots of folks that are watching from outside of Provincetown.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of snow probably where they are. We're not getting snow here, but it's quite a night out there. So it's kind of nice. People can sit in their homes and listen to John Thomas play some music. What's your first song going to be?
Oh, this is something that I was so inspired by the events of January, after January 6th, not January 6th, but after, and what came on the 20th, that I actually, I found an obscure, I didn't find it. My dear friend Jo Brisbane thought she was sending it to her music director for another show on the Cape, like in October, but she accidentally sent it to me. And it's a song from the 1930s from a movie called Stand Up and Cheer. And it's perfect. So I released it on Inauguration Day, right after Joe said I do, or whatever he says on the Bible. And I want to sing it for you guys.
Excellent. And we'll talk to you after the song.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Before the next one.
Yeah, good. Pull yourself together. The future is bright. The skies are clearing overhead. Through the stormy weather, a rainbow's in sight. We're out of the red. Straighten out that wrinkle and kiss it goodbye. You're headed for a feather bed. Put that little twinkle right back in your eye. We're out of the red. Sing hallelujah. Follow the crowd. The march to victory is on. Sing hallelujah. Sing it out loud. Because the orange-haired wolf is gone. Bam, bam, ba-da, bam, bam. Blue skies smiling on me. Nothing but blue skies do I see. Let's begin inviting the neighbors to call. We'll have a big inauguration spread. Keep your distance. We can see the writing on every wall. The worst is over. Here comes the clover. We're out of the red. Whew, what a smell of sulfur.
Oh, John.
Use as references as you can into 2 minutes.
Yes. You're a very strange man, John, and I love you for that.
That was great.
Well, you know, I miss not having the feature this year at the Mews. I usually do it around my birthday. And Peter's wonderful because, you know, I've been around. I'm not a young musician anymore. So, like, can you put me on first? Can you put me on early? So I've done it for so many years that I think it's funny you put me on early on a virtual thing because, you know, there's nowhere to go.
We know you're in bed by 7 usually. So.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I can tell by listening to you and, of course, to Peter over the years that you were inspired by the music that happened 30 years ago, because we're celebrating our 30th anniversary. And Nirvana started grunge. Nirvana pretty much was the start of grunge music. And I know it had a big influence on both of you.
Yes.
I really don't know who the members of Nirvana are. Is that the Cobain thing? Kurt Cobain?
Kurt Cobain was.
That's the one with the baby in the water drowning or something?
Yeah.
A picture of a record cover with the baby's like,
Okay, we'll go for that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Ron, that wasn't me. That was another John Thomas. There are a lot of them, you know. If you look my name up on YouTube,
yeah,
whoa, you get a lot of, you know, well, I must be strange to some people, but I think the other ones are strange.
I think there was a John Thomas who played in the Nirvana band. Not sure, but.
Well, John, before you go to your next and last song, we want to just thank you for joining us and helping us get this off the ground. And we miss you.
Yeah.
And we know a lot of musicians are really out there in a difficult place, you know, trying to keep the work going. So good luck to you, and stay in touch with us. And we all hope that we'll be back next fall with when the Coffeehouse can start up in person, we hope.
I hope.
Yeah.
It depends on what happens, you know. I mean, we thought we'd be out of this by now. So we'll see. Yeah. Just stay safe, everybody. and let's get through it. There are better times coming. I know that. I just don't know when.
Yeah, we hear you. All right. Well, John, tell us the name of this song.
Well, this one is a song that I wrote that a lot of people like around here locally is a song called "Dirty Rag." It's kind of a ragtime song that I wrote for a dog I had named Blackjack. But I changed it up and I wrote it as a special piece for my friend Caleb and his wife Anna for their wedding in June. It was up in the North Shore, and they had to cut back the attendance amount, so I sent a recording. And I put it into the Music Without Borders concert series, and first time ever, I'm gonna play them both. So people that are out there with musical ears will hear how a 3/4 major key song warps into a 4/4 rag in D minor. They're very close, but they're different.
All right.
So keep your ears on. Have a drink.
All right. John, thank you very much again, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, my pleasure. Here we go.
Good luck. Thank you very much, John.
John.
Let's
All right.
see both. We'll
Great
celebrate
to see you, Tim.
soon.
All right. Thank you, John.
Thank you, John. Wow.
Excellent. Wow.
Boy,
That was John Thomas, and playing two pieces, and the last one was the Dirty Rag. I think it was called.
I don't know. I think that was something that you found here. At the
That's what
Mews
you clean your
restaurant.
tables with?
Yeah.
So,
That's it.
all right, before we move on to our next performer,
Yes.
we have a poet coming up, and then we have a singer-songwriter coming up. And I see Pete Colburn is out there, and Peter Warnock again. Yes, I think people really enjoy John Thomas. He's a local favorite.
Hi, Rita.
Yeah, and
Caleb.
Marilyn Colburn is watching with David Colburn, I think. So just want to say hello out
Hey,
there as well.
Marilyn.
There's a suggested donation of $5, and that helps us with some expenses. And then we give what's the remainder over to Provincetown Theater and WOMR. So it's a lot of bang for your buck, and we really appreciate it if you can help us out. You can send that. You'll see it come across the bottom of the screen. It's Venmo.com, and then I think it's just Peter Donnelly Music.
For now.
We'll
come up with another.
Next week we're changing that. Yeah, for now. So our next performer is I've seen her. She's a storyteller, and she's in some of the different plays in town. And she is going to read a poem for us. Please welcome Marion Peck.
Sylvia.
I'm sorry, Sylvia Peck.
All right, we'll go.
That's a different one, Marion.
Yeah.
I'll answer to Marion.
There you are.
Hi, Rod.
Hi.
Hey,
Wasn't it
Sylvia.
Beautiful. John was so amazing. That last instrumental piece was just felt like you were back in the womb of the Mews on a coffee night. It was just wonderful. And
Yes.
I'm already salivating for the cheeseburgers along with Alex. So
Those Mews burgers are good.
they
Yes.
are so good. Extra
Definitely.
pickles, cheese. Mm.
So let's kind of check in and see where you've been at. Like everyone else, you're doing okay?
Yes, yeah. I don't go out, so and I'm sort of a solitary person. So, I have the birds in the backyard. I have my dog. I have the weather. I love it off season, so I'm very happy and safe.
Yeah.
I feel safe in town.
Well, many of us who live here year round are used to the sort of routine of a quieter winter and not going out to restaurants and things all that much anyway. But
Well, we do
Yeah.
miss cheeseburgers. We miss
Yes.
them. We moan for them. I was going to try to do some sort of fast artwork in the past 15 minutes because Alex did 2 weeks ago, but I couldn't even, nothing. I did an English muffin. It was just not even going to pass the.
I see. And who keep up with Alex anyway these days? Have you found this to be a creative time for you?
Yes, tremendously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. And I know that you have you're going to be reading a poem. Is this a poem you wrote or something?
Yes, this is a recent poem, and so it's called Matchbooks. When I read it, I wanted to mention that this Friday night there's a performance produced by Sailors Beware that will be streaming live on live TV from Harwich and then up on Vimeo, and it's the theme is 12 months of COVID, and I have the month of October, so I wrote a dramatic monologue for that, and but tremendous, brilliant actors are performing them all, and that'll be Friday evening.
Oh, that sounds great.
Of course, the 24-hour plays over Valentine's Day weekend, when afterwards you can go right to the Mews to celebrate.
Well, fantastic. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
And all the work you have going on. What's the name of this piece you're going to do?
It's called Matchbooks.
Matchbooks. You mentioned that.
The
Sorry.
thing of the past that they used to give out at restaurants.
Mhm.
Oh, and I
Right. You would find them in your coat pocket, and that's how you remembered where you were the night before. Yes.
exactly. One of the surefire ways.
Okay. Well, Sylvia, we're going to have you do your poem.
Okay.
And then we're actually going to say goodbye now because we'll be moving right along to the next performer.
Okay.
All right. So thank
Okay.
you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
We miss you, and we can't wait till we can all get back together again.
Oh, I know. Ditto.
All
All right.
Sylvia, thank you.
Sylvia
and,
Peck.
Sylvia
Okey-doke.
Peck.
Matchbooks. We have matchbooks that have lasted longer than our marriage, longer than our fitted deep pocket sheets, which have split their seams, or the 4 stout posts of our farm table, which carve the oak beneath it forever. Take the matchbook squired from our very first meal at the Café des Artistes, where we fingered our wine, our Lagavulin, our cognac, until the silent waiters returned as stagehands swathed in black, presenting our dinners swaddled and molded into swan sculptures twisted by their necks to go. For decades of our marriage, we kept a bowl filled with matchbooks from Manhattan's restaurants. Since our divorce, my supply has dwindled. At some point, the lesson set: take only matchbooks as souvenirs, under the belief that this century as last, there would always be matchbooks, as there would always be cigars and clubrooms and upholstered chairs with leather ottomans, everything conspiring as we did to ape the bespoke. I never thought I would grow old with no one to warm my hands, no one to cup fingers below my stirrups that I might mount for winter trails, no one to adjust length and comfort. I never thought I would come to know my garden as I do now, and note its January buds with tenderness. And while I miss watching a man plant tulips for me, I miss this less than I miss myself at 19, when I might have hoisted my own sapling pear tree into a different life and sunk her deep into warm soil in the south of France, when Villefranche-sur-la-Mer painted her Comus pear tips with bright red polish and arranged their stems by height in green paper wrappers, and one could not bite round their umber stems without thick pear juice skimpering down the forearm. Often, at these dinners, I was chided for scribbling on the backs of napkins or for buttering and wolfing warm bread. Why not write on the backs of napkins? You'll lose them. You'll lose the napkins. And so I would fold my treasures carefully with their borrowed blue ink, sometimes wrap them carefully in stolen cloth napkins, as if theft might preserve them further, and unpack them carefully and place them with their scribbles between the pages of a book. Now, in these months unpacking old volumes, hardcovers grimed with the must of 30 years, sometimes a ticket stub will fall out or a yellowed boarding pass. And I will know this was my husband's cast-off. Less frequently, a clump of tissue will shake free, which if I scoop it up before the dog can seize it, opens to reveal like origami, a crazed blue script, almost always only halfway legible, almost always creased just enough to blur some essential phrase. Beware the instructions of a man who almost always means the opposite of what he says, who retires to meticulously record your tearful stammerings at dinner as notes for haiku. Beware the man who covets galleries, as someday the solitary bench will no longer do. Beware the man who scoffs at meager remembrances, who trivializes them, who will never marvel at your having placed your first paycheck uncashed into a scrapbook. Beware the day you can no longer hear the difference between a lie and its alternative, what gets told instead of truth, to be kind or fair or decent or cruel. When your own lost words tumble out, prize the shreds of them. Chew on them for seasons. Reveal them when their ink has faded. Boast of them to the shadows. Curl round them in the dark. The ephemerata of a poet enduring. Thank you.
Yeah. Wow.
Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you so much.
Thanks. And I just think of haven't thought about matchbooks or matchboxes in 100 years, but I found one. Actually, someone gave me one from the Mews restaurant from 1982 or 3. And so now I will look at those that matchbox a little differently now after that poem. Yeah.
Yes, they do. They do tell stories
Yeah.
from over time. Yeah. So wonderful. Each week, if you've noticed, we have a musical performer, we have a storyteller or a poet, a writer of some kind, and then we finish up with a singer, and I'll do a song at the very end if there's some time, depending on how much time there
There's
is.
got to be time. It's got to be time.
Before we go to our next performer, we just want to let you know who's coming up next week. We have Bert Jackson.
Mhm.
He's a great musician from Wellfleet. Then we have Steve DeRoche. He's going to do some storytelling. And then we have Tiana Esperanza. So we have a really sweet night planned for you next week. And then if we continue and are able to get enough donations, we'll keep this running after February, but it may just be till the end of February at this point. So
Sure.
if you can help us out with donations, that helps a lot. And thank you to those folks who sent donations in already. All right. And I'm seeing that folks are enjoyed Sylvia's poem. Yeah. And I see Marcy. Great. All right. So our next performer has played at the Coffeehouse almost as long as I can remember. He hasn't been there 30 years, but he has been there a very long time. We could ask him.
But yeah.
Yeah. And he brings great music to the Coffeehouse each week. Please welcome Frank Poranski.
Hi, Peter. Hi, Ron.
Hey, Frank.
Frankie.
I haven't seen you in about a year.
I know. We miss you.
I miss playing.
Yeah.
They shut everything down right before my feature last year.
What? Say that again?
They shut everything down before my feature last year.
Yeah.
Oh,
I heard
right.
you were
Oh,
gonna
that's
be the
right. You were
feature,
scheduled
so,
right
they
after
knew-
St. Patrick's Day or
They
something.
knew you were going to be the feature, Frank, and they said, "Are
Yeah.
you kidding?" It's probably going to say something bad.
Yeah, I know, Ron.
Frank, how have you been able to stay creative and get music out there at all, or have you?
I've got no music out there. No, I've been practicing with Larry, the violin player that I play with. When the weather was warm, we would play outside. He lives on a golf course, and we would play for golfers for free. Hey, you know, anywhere you can. You know?
And just listen for people yelling for.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, just as you inhale to sing a big note.
But I've actually been taking music lessons.
Oh, great.
I've been playing for years and years and years, and it's all mostly intuition. And I really don't know what I'm doing.
Well, it sounds great. So you're self-taught.
I'm self-taught, and I've been learning like how to read music, and I bought a keyboard. I've been doing all that stuff, so I've been keeping busy with music.
Oh, good for you. Yeah. And I think a lot of people are doing things, filling their time right now in ways that they wouldn't have had time for before. So.
Yeah, out of all the bad things, there's some good stuff that's coming out of it also.
Oh, fantastic. I've never seen you play piano at Coffeehouse. Is that new?
That's new. Yeah, I will not be playing piano tonight. I'm learning it. I'm not ready to play songs with it yet.
Well, and you've actually you've retired.
I'm retired. Yes.
You had been working for the town of Orleans.
Orleans, yeah.
And you were also I don't know. Are you still the voice of the baseball team?
Orleans Cardinals? No. I stopped that quite a while ago.
Oh, you did.
But I did it for about 15 years, and I also announced on Rock and Ron Robbins radio station.
That's right.
Football games too. But
That
no
was fun.
one was
That was
going
a lot of fun.
casting.
All right. Well, it looks like you're ready to sing a song for us.
I think so.
What is the name of this first song?
I thought maybe I would do the "Look of Love," the Burt Bacharach song. I've been racking my brains out. What am I going to play? These are the two songs I've gotten to perform in the last year. It's been hard to decide.
And you're doing them again. Well, you're like one of those jukebox type players where you have logged in your brain hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of songs.
I think I do, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we'll have you come back after the song and we'll chat with you before the next one.
Sure, sounds good.
All right, everybody. Frank Poranski.
The look of love is in your eyes. The look your smile can't disguise. The look of love is saying so much more than words could ever say. And what my heart has heard, well, it takes my breath away. I can hardly wait to hold you, feel my arms around you. How long I have waited just to love you, now that I have found you. Feel my arms around you. How long I have waited just to love you. Now that I have found you, you've got the look of love. It's on your face, the look that time can erase. Be mine tonight. Let this be just the start of so many nights like this. Let's take a lover's vow and just seal it with a kiss. I can hardly wait to hold you, feel my arms around you. How long I have waited just to love you. Now that I have found you, don't ever go. Oh, please don't go. I love you so.
All right. Applause time. Oh, wow.
Astonishing.
Yes, that was breathtaking. Actually, I lost my breath there for a while. Might be the wine. I don't know.
Hey, Frank, that was great.
Thank you.
The stylings of Frank Poranski playing Burt Bacharach.
Yes.
And I guess I know that is a Dusty Springfield song, but a lot of people have sung it. Diana Krall and.
Actually, my favorite version of it is Burt Bacharach's, really.
Oh, really?
He doesn't have that much of a voice, but it's got so much soul in it. I saw it on YouTube once. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah. I like hearing him sing his own songs, actually.
Yeah.
Did you have a question?
I was just wondering I've seen you in all this time, and you are gone now from your town of Orleans job. Are there any stories that stick out in your mind from either when you were working for the town or as a musician that you said, oh boy, that was really weird? I don't know why I want to ask you that question. Are you trying to tell me something
Not really.
telepathically? Not really, he says. So that shuts that right down.
That could put you right on the spot, that kind of question. Yes.
I know. I love that. Because you never know, it's liable to fall out of your face.
I'm trying to think of something that might have happened at Coffeehouse while you were on stage, but
I'm trying to think too.
yeah, nothing's really coming right to me.
No, nothing is coming to me either.
I had some guy I was playing at what you call it, O'Shea's a year or so ago, and there was a drunk guy that came in, and he started yelling what he wanted me to play, and he was saying, "Play Willie Nelson,
Uh-huh.
play Willie Nelson," and a couple other things, and I wouldn't play it, you know, and I started playing. I
know this.
what do you call it? Stardust, and he said, "This song sucks." So I used the F word at him.
Oh, fudge.
That always works.
In the middle of Stardust, I said, "I wonder how I know the lonely night of you." And I continued the song, and he came up and he almost wanted to fight me. He said he was going to tell me. Anyway, that was a story for you.
Well, there, we got a story out of him. Very
Yeah,
good,
we did.
Ron. Very,
Yeah,
you did it.
I
Yeah.
And I didn't say the word, so I don't know if I can or not here.
No, well, you probably can, but why bother?
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, it came through very clear. Not loud, but clear.
If I was on your stage, I would say it, Ron.
Yes, yes. So, and you have you've brought music over the years. You've brought so many different songwriters to what you do. Who would be your big influences? I know you could do everyone from Elvis to you do them all.
Well, I do so much Tom Waits. He's probably my favorite.
Yeah, that would be a big one.
But Elvis was my first hero when I was a little boy.
I have to excuse myself. I know this is going to sound weird.
Something's going bang.
But we're hearing a very loud bang, and it could.
But I can take on from here. You go
if
ahead.
you would, please.
Okay.
Is it coming from me?
Be frank.
No, it's doors slamming or something.
Oh, okay.
This is Coffeehouse, and things happen at Coffeehouse.
The wind.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
some pretty weird things happening there that when I wasn't on stage too.
Yes.
So you have a lot of stories, Peter.
Well, when you have 30 years of running a live show, and those shows, this is an hour long, but Coffeehouse runs about 3, sometimes to 4 hours.
Uh-huh.
So we have some long nights, actually.
I remember a drunken woman one night getting up and trying to kiss Marcia Mello while she was performing.
I'm not sure I remember that one.
I mean, you might not have been there. I don't remember that one. That was.
I might have been hiding somewhere. Yeah.
And Marcia didn't blink. She just kept playing. Performing in the street, I'm sure she's used to worse than that.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, Frank, what's the name of this next song?
Oh, what am I going to do? It's called Jane's Blue Wish. I had a very good friend passed away a week ago today,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
and it was her 91st birthday. And she's one of those people that, my life is much richer for having known her. And she was a dear friend. I took her to all of the doctor appointments for the last year or so, and it was, I really got to know her well. Anyway, it's called Jane's Blue Wish. Her name is Jane, so let's change it to Jane. It's a Tom Waits song.
All right, and we'll this is a Tom Waits song, and we'll say goodbye to you. So when you're finished,
Sounds
we'll have
good.
you back. We'll have you back on. All right, Frank Poranski.
Oh, the sky holds all our wishes. The dish ran away with the spoon. The chimney smoke ties the roofs to the sky. There's a hole overhead, but it's only the moon. Will there ever be a tree grown from the seeds I've sown? Life is a path lit only by the light of those I've loved. Will there ever be a tree grown from the seeds I've sown? Life is a path lit only by the light of those I've loved. Life is a path lit only by the light of those I've loved. Thanks, Peter. Ron.
Frank, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
All right, and I see Phil. I don't know if you see. There's been lots of folks that sent you comments,
I have
and
I
I see Cinda and who was just up there. Frank is Catherine Dudley. Phil Johnson. That's
that's Janice's son. Yes.
Oh, how nice. And Mary Lou Berry. And it's a little hard to see. I can see better without the glasses on. Hey, Frank, we just want to let you know that that we really miss you, and it's hard to get through this year, and that's the musicians and poets and playwrights and everybody that shows up to Coffeehouse really, everybody enjoys seeing each other, and there's a real camaraderie. So so it's really nice to have you on, and thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
All right. Hey, everybody. Frank Poranski. Okay.
Sorry I had to leave. It wasn't because I needed to go to the bathroom or anything, but apparently there's, people wonder,
Well,
So I just went.
because you wear a diaper anyway.
Some of those masks look like the ones that are white. Oh yeah, the ones that they look like diapers, but I digress. I had to check the door that goes out to the beach, and the wind was so strong that it just sucked the door open because it, opens out. So it was just flapping back and forth. So
everything's okay.
Everything's okay. Nothing is broken. Things are a little moist, but where we got.
Well, I'm glad we were here that you were able to.
I know.
Hear there was a problem.
Yes.
Okay. I wanted to let folks. I'm going to do a song, and then we're going to thank the folks that were on, that were just on, and also remind you of who's coming up next week.
Yeah.
And it's thank you all very much. There's a suggested donation of $5, and you send it to Venmo.com. Peter Donnelly Music. And we really appreciate it. The money helps us. We give some money to Provincetown Theater and WOMR, and we really appreciate all that you've done over the years to help us with this fundraiser.
You've got something that you want to.
Yeah, I'm going to end with a song. It's called a song on a winter's night. Is that what it's called? A song for a winter's night. That's
there you go.
It's a Gordon Lightfoot song, and it's a winter's night out there. So I thought it was appropriate.
Yeah.
So we had John Thomas, Sylvia Peck, and Frank Poranski tonight. So thank you to those guys.
Yeah.
We also have live from Provincetown. You'll see it up in the top right of your screen. These are our production assistants, Jonathan Hawkins, and Jonathan Richardson. There's Jonathan Richardson now. He's helping us out. And they help us out with all this production, getting everybody sort of piped in and doing sound checks with them.
They're great.
Yeah, it's really fantastic. There's a website called Virtual Piano Bar, and if you check that out, you'll see John Richardson and I. We do a show on Wednesday nights at 5:00. Then also Steve DeRoche and I do a show at 4:00 on Sundays. And we have this show here on Monday nights. We're going to be here every Monday night for at least another month.
Yeah,
So the month of February.
you're a busy boy.
Yes, very busy. And it's a good busy. And then next week, in case you joined us late, next week we have Bert Jackson, Steve DeRoche,
Very
storytelling, and we have Tiana Esperanza. So please join us next week. And I am going to, and next week you may not be with us. Is that right? Oh, no,
I
that's
beg
the
your
8th.
pardon. No,
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel good.
It's
I
the
have
8th.
this
It's the 8th that we may have to talk
healthy.
someone into it. All right,
I
this is
intend to be here.
all right. So we're going to sign off here, and I'm going to close with this Lightfoot. This actually was on Jonathan Richardson and my Christmas CD, but it's really just a great winter's tune. You going to sing some harmonies? See, I'm not playing with my thumb. The lamp is burning low upon my tabletop. The snow is softly falling. The air is still within the silence of my room. I hear your voice softly calling. If I could only have you near to breathe a sigh or two, I'd be happy just to hold the hand I love on this winter's night with you. Smoke is rising in the shadows overhead. My glass is almost empty. I read again between the lines upon the page, words of love you sent me. If I could know within my heart that you were lonely too, I'd be happy just to hold the hands I love on this winter's night with you. The fire's dying now, my lamp is growing dim. The shades of night are lifting. The morning light steals across my window pane. The webs of snow are drifting. If I could only have you near to breathe a sigh or two, I'd be happy just to hold the hands I love on this winter's night with you. If I could know within my heart that you were lonely too, I'd be happy just to hold the hands I love on this winter's night with you. I'd be happy just to hold the hands I love on this winter's night with you.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
He got it.
Ron. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we'll see you next Monday. All right.
Night.